Ho 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 everyone! Are we ready for a merry CrafterNoon adventure today? Today we will be learning how to assemble and decorate this adorable Christmas gingerbread house created on our Muse Hobby Laser in the makerspace. It has several components to put together and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So our gingerbread house, as I mentioned earlier, is cut out on our hobby laser. This is 1/8 inch birch plywood, smooth on one side, a little rougher on the other. And so this house has many different components, starting with the base, the sides, the end pieces, the roof, and some additional fun things to decorate your house with. So a few tips before we get started. I would paint all your parts before you start. Trying to paint it while it's fully assembled would be a nightmare and no fun at all. This way you can get everything painted correctly, dried before you start assembling. When you assemble the roof pieces come in two parts. There's the base part of the roof and the scalloped edges. After you have painted each component, you need to take some glue and glue the two pieces together so they become one. Same goes with the large roof pieces. You may also want to, after you've decorated your door, glue the door on. Okay? So I am going to show you how to dry assemble or dry fit this project together. It's always good to make sure all the parts fit correctly and they don't need to be sanded. So we start with our base and our two our end pieces, the ones that have the door and the snowflake. So we're going to fit them together like so, and the side pieces will fit into the little notches at the end, like so. And then you need to also get them in the other end, and this can be a little tricky at first. That's why we're doing a dry fit assembly. Side piece. Slide it in there and then get the notches so they fit in the corner. Like so. Okay? I'm going to use a little tape to hold everything together so that you can see how it's fully assembled. More pieces of tape to hold our ends together, like so. Now the center section slides right over these notches, right in there, and on the other side as well. Okay, and I'm going to tape those in place as well. You have to know how things fit together so that when you do go for the final assembly, it makes your life way easier. Okay. Okay. For the roof assembly, this is going to take a little time. You're really going to want to sand these little notches so that they fit very snug in the notches right here. So that's going to take a little bit of time. I have these little tiny files or you can use sandpaper. So once you get them into the notches and they're tight and secure, it's time for the roof assembly. the tall roof assembly. You're going to notice on the large roof assembly, there's little notches here on both sides. This section here is going to fit right in here. So it's very important, I always look at it this way here, to line up one side, get it tight in there, and then the next side, like so. And then we'll fit in this next section. I got the tape on the wrong side. So let's flip that around. Once again, these notches right here fit right over this section. And like so, okay? The candy canes that go on the roof, there's two different sizes. There's the narrow version and a wider version. The wider version gets set on these notches on the lower roof. And once again, you're going to need to sand to make sure they fit in there properly. The skinnier candy canes fit up on the top. And again, sanding and patience is going to be your friend. It's not something you can rush to put together. Once you have it dry fitted, you can go ahead and start painting your project. For glue, I would suggest using a really strong wood glue. Take your time when gluing the pieces together. Start with your four corners, sides, front sides, and the back sides. Glue them together on the inside edges and around the bottom. Make sure it's good and dry before you start adding the middle peak sections. And once again, as you add them, glue along the insides. Hot glue, a good wood glue is going to be your best friend here. Be patient and let it dry. And continue building your gingerbread house by gluing and waiting. When everything is put together, it's time for some fun. We've got some cute little gingerbread people here that we call it painted and decorated. You can add some tiny snowflakes. If you want to use real candy, that's cool. I happen to use some big wooden beads for my gumdrops. I've got little tiny pom-poms for some garland, little bitty pine cones. There's some extra trees that we've included. Snowflakes added to the front and to the back. There's stars in there. I've actually cut out a star snowflake base to put my gingerbread house on. You can just keep adding until it's as festive as you like. This is a great family project. Everybody can take part. Moms and dads would be great to help get it all glued and snug and sanded together tightly. I really loved this little project. I'm sure you have lots of extra Christmas decorations in your craft supply closet that you can pull out and add to it. So happy holidays, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this super fun project.